Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade King. If this is your first time of tuning into this channel, you're very much welcome. Feel free to subscribe and definitely check the rest of the videos I have on this channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to plan a Nigerian Yoruba introduction ceremony, and I'm going to explain what this is, so stay tuned. Is the breakdown of how the introduction really works out, like what happens during an introduction ceremony. Basically, it happens in the bride's father's house. I mean, these days people do it differently. You can have a really big introduction ceremony, you can have a very private, intimate, small introduction ceremony. It depends on a lot of factors. Most times it happens in the living room, but again, it depends on the size of the guests. I'm going to be using my own experience to talk about this, because I tried to do a lot of research and I really didn't find any video or content that was explicit that gave me an idea of what to expect. But I'm happy to share this with you guys. Basically, the groom comes with his parents and some of his important family members and close friends. It could be just one friend or a couple of very close friends to the groom. They come to the bride's parents' house and then introduce themselves. The groom's family comes in first. They introduce themselves and they say what they're there for, and then they welcome their son. They say, okay, they're here with their son and he's interested in your daughter. And then they welcome the son, and the son now comes and says why he's there. Usually they used to say, oh, we're here, we found a pretty flower in your garden, so that's that daughter or the bride, and we're here to tell you that we want that flower, or something like that. But that's how it works. And all this while the bride is not out until after the groom introduces himself and the groom's family, they introduce themselves. That's when the bride is now called upon by whoever is the compere, MC. Most times it's an alaga, but sometimes you can find a family member that is a good public speaker that can pull it off. I just don't mean public speaker you can do a TED talk type of public speaker. No, I'm talking about you can relate with people, you can speak the language, you know the tradition, you know how the event is supposed to unfold. That's what I mean. So usually there'll be a family member that can do it, but if not, it's safe to go with an alaga. An alaga is the traditional MC that would know how the event will unfold and know what to do next. But it's very important, if you're the bride or you're the groom, it's very important to know. Talk with whoever is going to be in charge that day, the alaga or whoever, and know what they are going to do, so that you will not be lost. Know what you're going to need to do or say at some point, because they're going to ask you questions. So they get to ask me, do you know this person? And I go, yes. What's his name? What does he do? Show me his mom, show me his dad. He said he wants to marry you. Are you sure? Yes. And this part takes a long time because they will interrogate you so much. I remember the alaga we got asked me that question maybe like 5 times. When I say yes, and then they finally, are convinced that that's the person that has proposed to me and I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with him, then they ask me to kneel down and they bless me. Actually, they ask him, is that the one? Like, is that the bride? And he has to confirm that that's the right person that came out. I receive blessings from my parents, then I face his parents, because that's the family that I'm going into, and then I get their own blessing, and then I go and sit with my groom while they now introduce the bride's family to the groom. And after that, there was an exchange of gifts, and this is just not necessary, but it's good that it's done. And what we gave was a hamper basket of just a couple of things. If you've been in Nigeria during Christmas before, you will know what a hamper is. It's just like a basket of goodies. It's just like a goodie hamper, a goodie basket. It has the wine, some kinds of assorted cookies and crackers and biscuits, and just nice things, and then another basket of fruit. So we did an exchange of gifts. This might be totally unnecessary depending on the family, but it's just a nice thing to do. And if you know that they are going to be bringing gifts, you might as well just get something ready. So they'll do the exchange of gifts, and after the exchange of gifts, they pray for the couple, and that's the end of the introduction ceremony. So that's just how the ceremony goes down. That's not even the planning part. And you might think, oh, introduction is not a big deal. It is. And if you're somebody like me that you like things to be done a certain way, so they are not disorganized, then you really need to plan.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to check the second part of this video where I actually talked about the steps I took, the things I did to plan my introduction ceremony. Until next time, be the best version of you. Bye.